How to command respect and maintain your dignity in any situation. A comprehensive guide for older adults. As we move through life, the experiences we gather help shape us into the individuals we are today, strong, wise, and aware of the value we bring to every situation. Yet, despite the depth of our character and the insights we hold, there are moments when others might not immediately recognize or appreciate our worth. This can be especially true as we age, when people sometimes overlook our contributions or take our presence for granted. But respect is not something that must be demanded with force. Rather, it is something that can be cultivated with quiet confidence, dignity, and grace. This guide is designed to help you navigate situations where you feel disrespected or overlooked, and provide you with practical strategies to command respect from those around you without sacrificing your inner peace or integrity. The goal is not just to earn the respect of others, but to foster an environment of mutual appreciation, an essential component of healthy, fulfilling relationships. 1. First impressions. A subtle art of presence and confidence. They say that you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and this holds true at any age. Whether you're meeting someone for the first time or reconnecting with an old friend or family member, the initial moments of any interaction set the tone for how you'll be perceived. While much of this happens unconsciously, the way you present yourself physically, emotionally, and verbally can significantly impact how others treat you. Embrace posture as a reflection of your internal strength. It's often said that our body language speaks louder than words, and how we carry ourselves can influence not only how others perceive us, but also how we perceive ourselves. Whether standing or sitting, make an intentional effort to maintain good posture. Sit up straight with your shoulders relaxed and your head held high. This is not just a physical exercise, but an act of self-affirmation. By holding your body in a confident stance, you are signaling to both yourself and the world that you are someone of importance, someone whose presence should be acknowledged with respect. The power of eye contact and a gentle smile. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. When you meet someone new or greet an acquaintance, looking directly into their eyes for just a moment can create a sense of connection and mutual recognition. A warm smile can soften this gaze, making you appear approachable and open while still conveying strength and self-assurance. In American culture, this combination of eye contact and a smile can speak volumes, indicating that you are not only confident but also kind, which is a winning combination when it comes to commanding respect. A firm, respectful handshake as a symbol of mutual acknowledgement. While cultural norms are constantly evolving, the handshake remains a time-honored gesture of respect and equality, particularly in professional or formal settings. When you offer your hand to someone, whether they are younger or in a position of authority, do so with confidence. A firm, but not overly strong handshake, combined with direct eye contact, conveys a sense of equality. You see the other person as your equal, and in turn, you expect the same from them. While these small actions, posture, eye contact, and a handshake, may seem like minor details, they collectively create an aura of confidence and strength that sets the stage for respect. In these subtle yet powerful gestures, you communicate that you are someone whose presence matters. 2. Handling interruptions with grace, reclaiming your voice with poise. Interruptions can be more than just a disruption to the flow of a conversation. They can feel like a dismissal of your thoughts and contributions. As we age, interruptions may become more common, particularly in conversations with the younger people or in group settings where fast-paced dialogue can dominate. How do you ensure that your voice is heard without resorting to frustration or conflict? Harness the power of silence. There is immense strength in stillness and silence. When someone interrupts you mid-sentence, instead of immediately trying to reclaim the floor, pause, take a breath, and simply wait. Often the interruption will pass, and the person will realize they've overstepped. Your quiet patience in this moment serves as a reminder that you are in control, not just of the conversation, but of your emotions. Silence can be a tool of authority, one that invites others to pause and listen more attentively. Use body language to signal your intent to continue. If silence alone doesn't reclaim the conversation, use body language to assert yourself without confrontation. Sit or stand up a little straighter, lean slightly forward, and maintain steady eye contact with the person who interrupted. This nonverbal cue often prompts others to realize they've interrupted and allows you to take back the conversation gracefully without needing to raise your voice or show frustration. Politely but firmly reclaim the conversation. If the interruption persists or if the other person doesn't pick up on your nonverbal cues, it's time to assert yourself with calm, direct words. A simple phrase like, "If I may, I'd like to finish my point," or "I wasn't quite done, please allow me to continue," can be incredibly effective. These phrases are respectful but firm, signaling that while you are open to dialogue, you expect the same courtesy in return. This is a subtle yet powerful way to demand respect for your thoughts and contributions without escalating the situation. By handling interruptions with grace, you demonstrate not only that your voice deserves to be heard, but also that you are confident enough to wait for the right moment to speak. This composure, especially in the face of disruption, commands respect. 3. Turning disrespect around, the art of deflection. Disrespect, whether intentional or not, can sting at any age. A thoughtless comment, a sarcastic joke, or an offhand remark that belittles your experience or contribution can create discomfort and tension. While it's easy to react emotionally in these moments, mastering the art of deflection can help you maintain your dignity and turn the situation to your advantage. Pause before responding to disrespect. One of the most effective ways to maintain control in a difficult situation is to simply pause before responding. When someone makes a disrespectful comment or joke, take a moment to breathe and collect your thoughts. This brief pause not only gives you time to avoid an emotional reaction, but it also sends a signal to the other person that you are not easily rattled. A calm, composed demeanor in the face of disrespect is a powerful message in and of itself. Ask them to repeat the comment. One of the most subtle and effective ways to deal with a disrespectful remark is to ask the person to repeat it. You might say, "I didn't quite hear that. Could you repeat what you just said?" This forces the other person to reconsider their words, often making them uncomfortable in the process. Disrespectful comments are often made in the heat of the moment, and when someone is asked to repeat their words, they may realize how inappropriate or hurtful their statement was. This tactic diffuses the situation while allowing the disrespectful party to reflect on their behavior. Respond with calm or choose silence. Depending on the situation, once the person has repeated their comment, you can either respond with a neutral phrase like, "That's an interesting perspective," or choose to say nothing at all. Silence can be one of the most effective responses to disrespect. It shows that you are not emotionally affected by the slight and that the remark was beneath your response. By choosing not to engage, you shift the power dynamic, and others will notice that you are someone who cannot be easily provoked or diminished. By mastering the art of deflection, you not only protect yourself from the sting of disrespect, but you also turn the situation in your favor, leaving others to reflect on their behavior while you maintain your peace and dignity. 4. Disrupting negative dynamics, redirecting the conversation with purpose. There will be times when people, knowingly or unknowingly, attempt to provoke you in conversations. Perhaps it's a criticism disguised as advice or a backhanded compliment that leaves you feeling unsettled. In these moments, staying in control of the conversation and redirecting its flow can be an effective way to maintain respect without escalating the situation. Introduce an unrelated topic. One of the simplest ways to disrupt a negative conversation is to shift the focus to an unrelated topic. For instance, If someone is offering unsolicited advice or making critical remarks, you might say, "By the way, have you seen the latest news about the community garden project?" Or, "I've been meaning to ask, do you know a good place to get coffee around here?" This sudden change in topic throws off the person's momentum and allows you to regain control of the conversation. It's a subtle way of saying, "I'm not interested in continuing down this path," without directly confronting the other person. Use humor to lighten the mood. Humor, when used thoughtfully, can be a powerful tool in diffusing tension. If a conversation is heading in a negative or disrespectful direction, a lighthearted comment or playful remark can help shift the energy of the exchange. For example, if someone is being overly critical, you could say with a smile, "Well, I guess I've still got a few things to work on." This not only redirects the conversation, but also shows that you are confident enough to take things lightly without letting the negativity affect you. Politely steer the conversation back to a constructive point. If you prefer a more direct approach, you can acknowledge the negative remark and then guide the conversation back to a positive or constructive topic. You might say, "I appreciate your input, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this other idea I've been considering." Or, "That's an interesting point, but I think we might have more to gain by focusing on the bigger picture." This method allows you to acknowledge the other person's input without letting the conversation dwell on negativity. By skillfully redirecting the conversation, you demonstrate that you are in control of both the dialogue and your emotional response. This not only commands respect, but also encourages more positive and meaningful exchanges in the future. 5. The strength in walking away, knowing when to leave. There are moments in life when the most powerful thing you can do is to walk away, whether it's from a toxic conversation, an unhealthy relationship, or a social setting where your presence is not valued. Knowing when to remove yourself is a sign of strength, not weakness. Trust your instincts. If you find yourself in a situation where you are repeatedly disrespected, dismissed, or undervalued, trust your instincts. Walking away from a disrespectful environment does not mean you've lost. It means you've chosen to prioritize your own well being over the opinions of others. In fact, your absence can often speak louder than your presence. When people realize that you are not willing to tolerate disrespect, they are more likely to reconsider their behavior in future interactions. Leave with grace. If you decide that it's time to walk away, do so with dignity. There's no need for dramatics or harsh words. Simply excuse yourself with a polite phrase like, "I think it's time for me to head out," or "I'll leave you to continue, but I'm going to excuse myself now." By exiting gracefully, you maintain your self-respect and send a clear message that your time and presence are valuable. Prioritize your peace over social obligations. It's important to remember that you are not obligated to stay in environments that don't appreciate or respect you. Prioritizing your own peace of mind is a sign of self-respect, and people will take notice when they see that you are willing to walk away rather than subject yourself to mistreatment. Walking away isn't about proving a point to others. It's about honoring your own value and protecting your well-being. In choosing to walk away, you demonstrate that your self-respect is not contingent on external validation. Others will come to understand that you are someone who values yourself enough to leave when your presence is not appreciated, and this in itself commands profound respect. 6. Building respect across generations, fostering mutual understanding. As you move through life, you inevitably interact with people from younger generations, whether they are your children, grandchildren, or even colleagues. Sometimes, generational differences can create misunderstandings or gaps in communication, but these interactions also provide an opportunity to build bridges of mutual respect. Share your wisdom with humility. One of the greatest gifts you can offer younger generations is the wisdom you've gained through experience. However, it's important to share this wisdom with humility, without appearing condescending or overbearing.
Instead of offering unsolicited advice, wait for moments when younger people seek your guidance and offer your thoughts with openness and kindness. Phrases like, "In my experience, I found that," or "I've been through something similar, and what helped me was," can be a gentle way to share your insights without making others feel lectured. Listen actively to their perspectives. Respect is a two-way street. And just as you expect younger people to respect your wisdom, it's important to show that you respect their perspectives as well. Active listening, truly paying attention to what they have to say, can go a long way in fostering mutual respect. Even if you don't always agree with their opinions, showing that you value their input creates an environment of mutual understanding. Set boundaries when necessary. There may be times when younger people overstep boundaries, either by dismissing your contributions or by being overly critical. In these moments, it's important to assert yourself with kindness but firmness. You might say, "I understand where you're coming from, but I feel that my experience is valuable too." Or, "I'd appreciate it if we could discuss this with mutual respect." Setting clear boundaries helps establish that you are willing to engage in respectful dialogue, but you won't tolerate disrespect. By building bridges of respect across generations, you create a legacy of mutual understanding and appreciation, which will not only enhance your relationships, but also leave a lasting impact on those who come after you. 7. The quiet power of silent authority. As we age, we often realize that true authority doesn't always require words or outward displays of power. Silent authority, the quiet confidence that comes from years of experience, can be one of the most effective ways to command respect. Embody quiet confidence. Silent authority is not about proving yourself to others. It's about embodying a sense of self-assuredness that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. When you carry yourself with quiet confidence, others are naturally drawn to your presence. They sense that you don't need to shout to be heard, and this subtle strength can command more respect than words ever could. Be selective with your words. One of the hallmarks of silent authority is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Instead of feeling the need to contribute to every conversation, choose your moments carefully. When you do speak, your words will carry more weight because they are deliberate and thoughtful. This kind of measured communication shows that you value your own voice and that you speak with purpose, rather than out of obligation. Let your actions speak for you. Ultimately, actions speak louder than words, and the way you live your life is the most powerful testament to your character, whether it's through acts of kindness, reliability, or integrity. Your actions will earn you the respect of others, even without the need for verbal affirmation. When people see that you consistently live by your values, they will come to respect not just what you say, but who you are. Silent authority is the culmination of a life well lived, where your presence alone commands respect without the need for outward displays of power. It is the quiet, enduring strength that others will come to recognize and admire. Conclusion: the lifelong journey of commanding respect. Respect is not something that can be demanded. It is something that is earned through the way we carry ourselves, the way we treat others, and the way we honor our own value. As an older adult, you have a wealth of experience, wisdom, and strength that deserve to be recognized and respected by those around you. By following the strategies outlined in this guide, you can navigate social interactions with grace and confidence, ensuring that your voice is heard and your presence is valued. From creating strong first impressions to mastering the art of deflection, from building respect across generations to cultivating silent authority, each step you take toward commanding respect is a step toward honoring yourself and fostering healthier, more respectful relationships. Above all, remember that respect begins within. As you cultivate self-respect, others will naturally follow. You have the power to command respect, not by force, but by embodying the quiet strength and dignity that come with a life well lived. Thank you for watching the entire video.
If you find these stories inspiring and motivating, please comment one. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.